Devices are one of the few targeting options you have at native advertising traffic sources. And when we speak about devices, I mean devices like desktop devices, tablets, and mobile devices. And you can do a bit of a separation. And the good news is, with native advertising traffic, you can reach out to desktop users. And we all know nowadays, in a time of social media and mobile first, it's very hard to reach out to desktop users. But not just this, we'll also take a look on mobile users and of course also of the future of native advertising. Hi everyone, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of PurpleBlack, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run profitable performance marketing campaigns on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola, Outbrain, Yahoo Gemini, and many more. And as mentioned already, sometimes you have a very specific kind of persona in your head when it comes to your audience, to your potential clients, to your prospects. And sometimes the audience is young. So for example, a young, dynamic, vibrant audience, maybe feminine, maybe between 25 to 28, then native advertising is definitely not the right traffic source. However, if your audience is a bit older, so roughly something from 35 up to more or less no limit, then you should definitely consider native advertising. And on native advertising or in native advertising on the specific traffic sources like Taboola and Outbrain, for example, you can choose on which devices your traffic should be visible. And that's important for multiple reasons. One reason is the bid. So when you start a native advertising campaign, you give the platform like Taboola or Outbrain a bid information, how much you're willing to pay for a click. It's more or less the CPC. It's called bid. And usually you just give the platforms a huge range or just a general information. For example, if you set a bid at 0.3031, then this is approximately the bid, but usually the algorithms in the background will arrange it a bit, and you see also the bid afterwards. For example, what's the real bid and kind like this. So sometimes what I see in the very beginning is that people set up a way too high bid and the budget is thrown in like the first 20 minutes of the campaign and zack, $300 are gone. Or that, for example, the bid is way too low and there is no traffic, there are no impressions for the campaign. So the bid is one thing why it makes sense to separate desktop campaigns and mobile and tablet campaigns. Usually the rule of thumb is that mobile campaigns are cheaper than desktop campaigns. What we're doing, for example, is, and you can of course also do it, to combine mobile and tablet in one campaign, because we know usually tablet traffic is converting better. And when you now have a mobile campaign, the possibility is high that you buy a tablet traffic, which is usually a bit more expensive than the mobile traffic, that you can buy the tablet traffic, which is converting better, for mobile CPC. And when you do this, that's on point. That's what you want to do. That's what you're aiming for. So mobile is more or less a bit cheaper. And on the other hand side, you have desktop, which is more expensive. But in the majority of cases, also better converting. So what we saw in many cases, and what's very common for native advertising, is that you will receive a lot of impressions, a lot of clicks for mobile campaigns. However, sometimes desktop campaigns are converting better. But here, very important is, this definitely depends on the product, on the service. So when we're talking about a general approach or general product or service like insurance, it could be that, or we saw it also in the past, that for example desktop traffic is converting better. However, for e-commerce, for example, we also see the opposite, that mobile traffic is converting way better. And as mentioned already before, the pro tip, if you combine mobile and traffic campaign or mobile and tablet traffic in one campaign, then you definitely can reach out or aim for tablet users, which are converting way better for mobile click price. So this is one reason why you should separate the traffic. Another reason is the optimization and the segmentation. So let's say you have a younger audience, then there is no sense to set up two campaigns, one for mobile and tablet and one for desktop, just to see how it's converting or performing. Here the better idea is if your audience, for example, is a bit younger, to start with a mobile and tablet campaign, and afterwards also, after you optimize it of course, also add desktop or vice versa. This is completely up to you, but in the beginning I would recommend to save you a bit of money to just start with one kind of device and with one kind of campaign here in the beginning. And another reason for the separation of the devices is of course the audience or the targeting. So as mentioned already, usually desktop users are a bit more older or a bit older, and mobile and tablet users are a bit younger. That's the rule of thumb. But of course the future is mobile. So, and you also see you get way more traffic, way more clicks for mobile traffic. So you definitely should optimize your funnels, your ads, your advertorials, your offer pages, your Shopify pages, whatever business you are using or whatever business you're in. You should definitely optimize it for mobile because there are a lot of clicks on mobile. The mobile traffic in general is growing, so it definitely makes sense, even though you run now currently, for example, a lot of desktop traffic. But the very good news here in native or on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola and Outbrain is that nowadays it's very hard to reach out to desktop users. Honestly, there are not so many options because Facebook, the majority of traffic is mobile. Then you have on the other hand side TikTok, it's just an app. Instagram is just an app. So there are some other traffic sources like, for example, LinkedIn, but that's a B2B platform, so it's very hard there to place an e-commerce product, and at the end of the day are also very expensive. And you see it's very hard here too to find some traffic sources to reach out for desktop users. Of course you can do it with Facebook, but usually the quality or the traffic is a bit strange there, and yeah, it's Facebook, so you know the game, like blocked ad accounts and all the good and bad news Facebook ads. But with native, you just can run, for example, desktop campaigns. So you're just aiming for desktop traffic, which is sometimes very useful. We also have just campaigns where we just have nothing but desktop traffic. And this is especially the case when we need high conversion rates and we know we have all the audience. Of course, the campaigns are optimized and we do the optimization, and you not just can do the optimization with the device type, but also with the browser, with the operating systems, and more and more and more. No question, no doubt about this. But the main segmentation is definitely the device type. So if your audience is old and you want to have high conversion rates in the background, then you should definitely test out a desktop campaign on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola and or Outbrain. I hope you liked that video. If so, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a thumbs up, and of course when you subscribe to my channel to receive updates when I upload a new video about native ads here on YouTube. Have a good one. See you next time.